Well, Scorpio, no doubt there are some challenges for you in this very last month of 2021. It's a solar eclipse month, and that takes place on the 4th of December. Here in the sign of Sagittarius, which is your income or finance sector. Firstly, welcome again to those of you that are new. Glad to have your company. And a thanks up front for all your support. Those of you that have been tuning into me I've been doing this for 20 years now, really. But there it is, the 4th of December eclipse. Second house is very powerful. You can see most of the planets are contained there within the nodal axis. So there's a whole lot of karmic lessons you're learning about money. And it doesn't matter what end of the spectrum we're talking about here, whether it's money you can't have or whether you've got a surplus of money, how you're going to protect yourself from losing it. It's all about money and how you're managing it with that eclipse. You'll also notice that Venus, which rules the partner, marital partner or business partner, is in the third house of negotiation. It receives the eclipse energy by the transit of the moon there, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then transits out into this fourth house. Saturn's dominating that area. You can't be completely happy in this period, and in some ways there's not a lot you can do about that. You have to, what do they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You have to work with that. You have to adjust yourself. This fourth house of your chart is the fixed sign of Aquarius. Makes it difficult for you to break free of those patterns, especially when it's being activated by Jupiter and Saturn. There's a dictum in the system of Vedic astrology that I'm very, very, partial to. And they say that when Jupiter and Saturn jointly transit an area of your horoscope, that area is going to be dominant throughout the period of the transit. And that's your fourth house, that's your family, that's your domestic life. Many Scorpios are undergoing some abrupt and sudden changes that have occurred because of the influence of Uranus on this seventh house of marriage. There you can see on the dates when the moon transits around, for example, the 15th of December, 10 days before Christmas, there can be some hair-raising episodes, especially because then you've got this Mars influence on the nodes. This is your ruling planet. Here you're going to be making a lot more effort to make money. Here we see the opposition on the 17th. Be careful of what you say at that time, especially if you're on not such good terms with your partner, business or personal. I forgot to mention Mercury moving out of this finance sector. That will have had some communicative influence, but it's going to continue. Third house is also the natural house of communication, and it's also the house of contracts. So for some of you, especially around the 18th, 19th, Venus there going stationary and direct relates directly to, number one, spouse or long-term committed emotional relationship. 2, business partner. 3, the general public. Retrograde. Venus causing you to strongly reappraise all of your relationships now. Have you been thoughtless in some aspect of your finances, in the way you've been dealing with your money? Could be, this south node, which we call Ketu. The Hindu system is the lower half of the snake. It's got no head. This other portion here is the head. But it's been said that the transit of this planet in specific areas of your horoscope can show those areas that you've been thoughtless in, where you've lost your head. Not literally, but where, for example, we've all done it. We get a little bit carried away in a relationship, or we end up investing money in something that ends up being a really, really bad decision. So I think the eclipse for all of us, especially because it's an eclipse on the south node, the past karma point, the headless part of the serpent, is all about reconciling with those areas of our lives now where we had been thoughtless, where we had lost our head over something. For you, Scorpio, I think this has a lot to do with the manner in which you've made financial decisions, the way in which you've spent. And also, the reverse of that is the way in which you may have earned your money, because sometimes we make money in ways that we don't feel particularly comfortable. I'm not saying you're a criminal or anything, although that is part of it, because the lower part of Scorpio can be very much a under the table sort of thing. But that would have more to do with, selling your soul out to do work simply for the sake of money, when there's something more enticing and alluring to the spirit. So you need to think about that, because that, I think, is an important lesson for this eclipse this month. Get on over there to astrology.com.au. I've got the 2022 yearlies, next 12 months, they're up. Some of them they'll be up. Some of them may not be up till mid-December. Just keep your eye out on that. You've still got the dailies, weeklies and monthlies that I'm doing. You can get on over there and have a look at that. Do take care during Christmas. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. Be careful at the dinner table, when you've got that relative that's prodding you and your ego. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop me a line if you want a personal reading. I'm here to help you navigate that. And I do hope to see you here in the new year. Take care. Bye for now.